Welcome back to the trees, to the leaves, and the race cars to be. Today we have a 1999 Mitsubishi GTO. And I mean, look at this thing. It is gorgeous. I love this car. The styling of this car, for one, it being Mitsubishi, throws a lot of people off, because if you were to change the badging on it and paint it red and lower it a bit, I reckon you could gaslight some people into thinking it's a Ferrari or an exotic of the late 90s, for those who don't know cars, obviously. But, I mean, look at the rear of this thing with the wing as well. It is absolutely gorgeous. Now, for those of you who are looking at it and you're like, this looks like a GTO, but not my GTO, or my GT 3000, or 3000 GT, sorry, it's because this is a 1999 edition, which got the upgraded body kit. So the gentleman who owns this car, he has put his rims on, so the rims that are running on it are a factory BBS Mitsubishi rim, but they are from the Evo 10 Final Edition. So fits with the vibe of being OEM Plus for this car, and I think these wheels complement the car absolutely perfectly. I think he's nailed the styling on this. And before anyone starts saying, oh, it needs to be lower, put it on bags, this, that, the other, no. This car is his daily. So he daily drives this thing, and it is form over function. It is function and form over everything else. So I love the interior and I love the exterior. So now we just got to find out if she drives half as good as what she looks. Let's go see. All right, so let's run through the basics of this thing. So the fundamentals are 6-speed manual, 3-litre V6 twin turbo, making from factory, they said around 276 horsepower per the gentleman's agreement, but in actuality it was more like 315 horsepower at the crank, so probably about 250 wheel kilowatts, around there, 240, 250 wheel kilowatts. Weight is 1,690 kilos, so a heavy boy. So it's not, but this car is also designed not to be a race car. It's not designed to be something lightweight, really, really nimble, really, really aggressive. If you want that, then you just go from the Mitsubishi line and you take the Evo 5, which for that generation, same year model, 1999. Well, that was 1998. And this was 1999. So they already had something that was lightweight, aggressive, and track focused. This is a touring car. So it's designed to be a really, really nice car that can effectively do everything. Almost like your modern day Turbo S, effectively, where you can still take this thing on track and have a lot of fun with it, and it actually hides its weight really well. I love the turn-in. So it's got the all-wheel drive, but it also has all-wheel steering, which I've found since starting to drive it a bit through the hills, is that the turn-in, it feels really, really nice and really, really direct, and the car does not feel like it weighs 1690 at all. So this car as well is been fully restored. Oh, it sounds so good. And the turn-in, I can't believe it. It's so direct, and it feels like it weighs closer to 1,500 than 1,700. Whoa. But yeah, so this car specifically is the best that you can really get from the GTO line. So there is one model that's more track focused, which is the GTO MR edition, which what it did was it took away power steering, took away ABS. Sorry, you kept power steering. Took away ABS, took away the beautiful combat wing that this thing has, took away the electronically controlled suspension, and a few other creature comforts that this thing gives you, all in for weight savings. So you end up saving about 30 to 35 kilos, which I think is completely pointless, to tell you the truth, because this car is not, it's not designed to be a race car. It's designed to be, and I get that you can take, if it's a really good platform, which this is, you can cut some of the weight out and make it a good race car. But for 30 kilos, for you to lose ABS, the aero pack, the electronically controlled suspension, I personally just don't think it's worth it. And some of the luxuries, the seats, these seats are incredibly comfortable. The MR came with some different seats. Now, in terms of rarity, the MR is quite rare and is, oh wow. The gearing is just perfect. Like, it's long gears, but it makes for a really relaxing, comfortable drive. This is a really, really nice, just almost grandpa spec with how easy it is to drive, and the power is always there whenever you need it. Whoa. Oh my God. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Sorry, I got off track. Yeah, the MR is the more limited edition version by run of numbers, but in actuality, the amount of 1999 and 2000 cars they made is rumored to be around the same amount as the MRs, if not a bit less than 1,000, because this was coming to the end of the production line. And what they did for the 99 cars and 2000 cars was they gave it this gorgeous aero upgrade kit, which I think makes this car look gorgeous. It is one of the best features about this car. So yeah, the GTO came in many different spec variations that you could get this thing in. You could get this thing as a front wheel drive, single overhead cam, V6 in automatic, NA, all the way up to manual twin turbo all-wheel drive, which makes for a lot of different versions of this car for sale. But in terms of the driver's car and the enthusiast car, the manual twin turbo all-wheel drive obviously sits at the top of the list. In terms of weight split, it's 45 front, 55 rear, which is effectively 50-50, and you can feel it and you can't feel it at the same time in how, I'm saying it this whole video, with how light the steering is, how light the feel is. I actually found that there was more play in the steering wheel for the E36 M3, which weighs like 250 kilos lighter than this. There was more play in that steering wheel, and I had to do more with that steering wheel than what I've had to do with this. This is just really dialed, for lack of a better word. That's another thing as well, is that there is no chassis movement at all. There is zero body roll in this thing, and it feels incredible for it. Now, I know for a fact I'm not pushing the car hard at all, because first off, again, this is a review, I'm not at the racetrack, and to really get this car to its potential on the street, you run out of road. Truth be told, you run out of road because the gears are so long. You just want to stay in it and just leave your foot in, and it just like, it doesn't feel like you're accelerating. It feels like it's almost like pushing you through time and space. It's so weird, but it feels so good. In terms of price you're paying for them, they're not, again, stupidly expensive. A top spec like this one, I saw one 99 car for sale and they want about 55 grand for it with 117,000 Ks. So they're not insanely expensive in terms of initial value. They will continue to increase because they are a JDM icon and they are special and they are rare, especially the late 90s editions. You can pick up the early 90 models and the lower specs for anywhere from like 15 to 16 grand for a more beat up version, all the way up to 40s or 50s. But the top specs, you're looking at the 50K mark. But again, this is the problem. It's not buying the car that's the problem. It's getting the parts for it for that combat pack. So if you get a car that needs to be restored, it becomes a very, very costly endeavor to do. So to daily something like this, where parts aren't readily available, it's a pretty gangster move. And I gotta give the owner his flowers, because he has a couple of other cars as well that he could very easily daily, but he keeps them for the track. And yeah, this is a perfect car. I think if you were to sell everything in the garage and you could only have one car, I think he'd pick this every single time. And I totally get it. I can see why. So I'm pleasantly surprised by how nice the turn-in is, how little body roll there is, and how little weight transfer there is for this car. Because being a tourer, you want comfortable boot space. You want to be able to just feed the throttle and enjoy and not have to worry about anything. And that's exactly what this car does you. It is so confidence inspiring and so comfortable that it is exactly what I think the Turbo S would feel like. From everything I've heard about the Turbo S, I haven't driven one yet, unfortunately, hopefully soon. But from everything I've heard and from all the people I've spoken to who have driven them, I think it would feel exactly like this, just with more power, because it's Porsche and they would refine the car in a different way. But yeah, I just can't get over how direct this is, but how comfortable it feels at the same time.